All right, the Detroit Lions make some last-minute roster adjustments before this game against the Commanders. The big one is they've elevated Michael Neese from the practice squad. There's a couple other moves that they made, but let's start with this one because this is kind of the focus. Michael Neese, you saw in the thumbnail there, he was originally drafted by the Denver Broncos, undrafted, signed by the Denver Broncos. Then he goes to the Chicago Bears. Then he goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then he's been with the Detroit Lions the last 2 years. And he's kind of the guy that I'm excited to see. I'm not excited to see him. By the way, put in the comments your score prediction for this one. I'm not excited to see him. I don't want to see him. I'm just saying Michael Neese is kind of always the, hey, if we have to reach in there and grab somebody and we're really in a pinch, we've got Michael Neese. And he hasn't really played any meaningful snaps for us, but he's played in 18 games. He's played in games. So it's like, okay, what do we got with Michael Neese if we have to use him, right? So he's the one that's been elevated. Let me go to one other spot here and show you this. So Michael Neese and then Daniel Thomas is off injured reserve and been activated. So remember, we were talking about, is Quandre Diggs somebody that we might look into as sort of a pickup? But safety Daniel Thomas, and then we parted ways with Jamie Robinson, who I didn't even know was on the team. So that's fine. So a couple other things. When we've activated, we have a safety because Kirby Joseph is out. As far as our offensive line goes, we're in pretty good shape. We're banged up, but we're gonna be able to basically have our same starting five except for Mahogany is out. So it's going to be interesting to see the offensive line play. I think that's what we're all looking forward to seeing this week. And I think we all have just put that offensive line struggles on our offensive coordinator, fair or unfair. And I don't necessarily think it's all on him, but we all are just like, man, it didn't feel like we adjusted to the Vikings in order for us to have a chance, and then therefore our offensive line really struggled. And then when the offensive line struggles, Jared Goff has no chance, and then he looks really bad, and then it doesn't look good. It just optically doesn't look good. I think that's the thing too, is it optically looks worse than most teams. Like, for example, if Justin Fields is struggling, he's still running around, making plays. It's still like exciting, even though he's terrible, right? And the offense isn't working and it's not operating correctly. Same thing with Caleb Williams. Even when they're bad, it doesn't look, but when Goff's bad and things are unfolding, it just looks terrible because if a guy comes in free runner, he can't get away from him. He just lays down. And it's like, okay, that was, so we have no way, and that's okay, right? We don't want to be playing out of like the rhythm of an NFL game, but it does, like, there is no way that he even can make a play when things break down. Again, we will take Jared Goff 100 times out of 100 versus these other dudes that can run and are exciting. No, it just looks bad. Okay. O-line play is something we definitely want to look at. And then the other thing is get the running game going. Jahmyr Gibbs last week had 25 yards rushing. He can do that in one play against the Commanders, and that's what we have to have. Jahmyr Gibbs has to have that. And then David Montgomery, we're in this weird place where when those two are rolling, life's good. It couldn't be easier. But when it's a little clunky, it's a little weird because it's like, all right, Gibbs trying to get him going, but he's not. All right, let's just throw Montgomery in there, get him going, but then he fumbles, and it's all right, we'll get him out. Get him, and we just start playing this. It's like, no, let's just kind of keep doing our thing. We'll be just fine. Here's the other thing. Washington ranks 28th in total defense, 29th against the pass. Sam Darnold was 21 of 24, 330, 4 touchdowns last week. It's a week-by-week league, but Sam Darnold, who's fine. Like, he's not Peyton Manning, and he's not terrible. But geez, my gosh, that's crazy. Goff is tied for third in touchdown passes and fourth in passer rating. He had 330 or 13 passing yards and a touchdown last meeting against Washington. Comes Sunday matchup with 100%. So it's just let's do this. Let's get back on track against a team that's not good. We should have beat them last year. We didn't. Like, credit to them. They made plays when they had to. It was a great football game from their side of things, but we're better than them. Just let's go. We have to beat these guys. So I think we're all just anxious to get back out there. Again, remember, we have not lost back-to-back games in 3 years, which is just awesome. I don't expect us to lose this game. So it is on the road. It is one of those like afternoon games where it starts getting dark in the second half. Now that with the time change, we're into November, so it's going to feel different, but love it. Also love, by the way, let me know in the comments where you're at with the pants combo. Probably seen it by now. We're going white top, silver pants. Love it. Love it. I think the white top, white pants, or the blue and the blue, that was cool there for a while, and it is still cool to sprinkle in. But the silver pants are really cool, and it's gonna look great out there. Can't wait to see like the silver pants in the modern day, like uniform and modern player. Love that. Also love Washington's uniform color. I would love the Redskins. That was so cool. I mean that was iconic. But the Commanders, I still like their colors, and so the blue and white and the silver versus their what's that, maroon that they have is going to be cool. That reddish maroon. So looking forward to it. I think the Lions win 24-17, and why not open it up a little bit? We just gotta see some good plays. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. It's like, can we just have that was a good play. That was a good schemed up play. I'd love to see a few of those, and then let Jahmyr Gibbs just run, and let's hope the blocking lines up. And there's a whole game for that. But when it's a 2nd and 7, and the last series we went 3 and out, and it's like we gotta get a first down. What's that play look like? Misdirection, a little this, little that. Get Jahmyr Gibbs going. J-Mo. I need to see J-Mo and Tesla. That's what I need to see this game. I need to see just a throw up to Tesla. I think all he does is catch amazing catches. I'm like, nah, we're not going to use you. Let's just put him in, and let's not overthink it is all. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see all of you on the next one.